everyone. Welcome to our live Q&A with sleep expert Carolynne Harvey. She'll be sharing actionable tips and answering your sleep questions, so make sure that you stick around to the end because we'll be giving away some great prizes. Okay, comment to let us know that you are here. A little bit more about Moms Meet. If you're not familiar with us, we're a national community of health-minded moms who get to sample and try better for you products. You can go to momsmeet.com and join and become a mom ambassador. You can sample products for free and do it with your friends and family, and it's a great opportunity to get to know new and healthy brands. All right, please help me in welcoming Carolynne to our Facebook Live today. She is a baby sleep expert, author of Dream Baby Nights, founder of Dream Baby Sleep, and creator of the Dream Tribe, which is a monthly membership featuring an online course, a private support group to help you with all of your sleep problems that us tired parents go through. So welcome, Carolynne.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. Coming back off the high from Wow Summit. How fun was that?
The best.
So great, so great. Anybody who has an opportunity to go in Florida next year should definitely make the time. It was such an amazing community of moms, elevating moms. I was just honored to be a part of it. So thanks for having me.
Yes, and as somebody who was there listening to every word that Carolynne said, you get so much great information from our really amazing speakers who share with us about all the things that we care about as parents. So it was awesome to hear from Carolynne, and she's going to share her expertise with us. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself and about what you do?
Yeah, sure. So like you said, my name is Carolynne Harvey. I'm the founder of Dream Baby Sleep, and I'm really just on a quest to demystify sleep training, because often when we hear about sleep training, we panic a little, right? For anybody who's listening right now, just go ahead and comment below and let me know that you can hear me, and let me know what city and state you're from, okay? Okay, so I'm just making sure that my Moms Meet crew can still hear me, because I just had my screen jump around a little bit. So bear with me just 1 second. Oh, am I back?
Are you good?
I'm good. Whatever happened, we like did a split screen and you went away.
Yes, you're good.
Don't move.
Okay.
Stay right there.
I'm here.
I'm going to stay here. You're going to stay there.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So never mind about me. I'm a sleep expert. That's the moral of my story. Okay. So I really want to empower parents, tired parents, with choices, with options. We at Dream Baby Sleep fully support parents in any sleep training method. My entire team, I have a team of 8 certified baby and toddler sleep consultants all over the US and Canada. So the moral of the story is, if you're tired and what you're doing right now is no longer working for you, know that there are options for you. Okay, so that's really what we're all about, teaching options. Sleep training does not have to mean cry it out. Okay, I support that. We don't practice it, but I support it. I support choice, okay? We practice 4 primary sleep training methods. It's check and console, pick up, put down, chair method, and silent return. Really, the key to success is finding a method that is aligned with your parenting style. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. We're here to elevate and support parents, and really make sure that babies are in a safe sleep environment. I'm a safe sleep guardian with the 501c3 First Candle. I'm sponsoring a runner in the New York City Marathon, and this mommy is going to be running 9 months postpartum, which is pretty epic. So I'm super excited about that. So I'd love to jump into some tips for you guys, if that's okay.
Okay, before we get started, let me just share with everyone how you can comment to win.
Oh,
so
perfect.
We will be having one live winner, and they'll win a 30-minute sleep consultation with Carolynne, which is gold, which is a value of $135. which is awesome. And then, so that'll be happening right at the end. So make sure that you stick around. And then we'll also have 2 winners will receive a 1-month membership to the Dream Tribe. Like I said before, Carolynne's monthly sleep training membership program, a $78 value. So to enter to win, you can comment on, like, and share this video for your chance to win. Also, during this event, comment bedtime below, and Carolynne's team will DM you their bedtime by age chart, and also comment with your sleep questions so that Carolynne can have a chance to answer them at the end of this. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
oh, look at that. We have hello. We have hello from Ohio, Tucson, Arizona. We have Tiffany. We have Naomi, Amanda. Oh, that's you, Amanda. Ursula, Selena. Okay, this is fantastic, you guys. Great, great, great to see you. I can see my team on here. Erin Reed in Maryland, one of our twin mommies. She has beautiful baby Baker, who's 5 months old, and she's a twin mommy. So great to see everybody on there. And just real quick, if we don't get to your question today on the live, myself and my team will eventually get to you. So please comment with your sleep questions below in our live feed here, and we will answer you. Give us time, but we promise we'll get to you. And if you like what you're hearing, please share it. Tell a friend, right? We don't keep secrets. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. Let's get started. What would you say is the #1 takeaway that you want our moms to leave with today after hearing you?
Yeah, you know, I get this question a lot, and we talked about it at Summit. Say it with me. It's bedtime, 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 bedtime. We have got to make bedtime earlier. Our little ones, our babies, our toddlers, our senior toddlers, and our teenagers are habitually going to bed way too late. You know, life happens, and I get it. I have a daughter in a million different programs. We have to prioritize healthy sleep, just like we do healthy food. We wouldn't let our kids go days without eating fruits and vegetables and healthy proteins and snacks, but yet days with bedtime being way too late, meaning later than 7:30 p.m. That's right. 7:30 p.m. My daughter's 8, her bedtime's 7:30 p.m. So you want your bedtime to be no later than 7:30 p.m. Now, don't panic, guys. Okay, so I can hear gasps on the other end, right? So if your bedtime is not there and it's a lot later than that right now, you're not alone. That's okay. That's right where you should be. We want progress, not perfection. So what I want you to do is to slowly start making bedtime 15 minutes earlier every week until you get bedtime under control. The #1 cause of multiple night waking, early rising, and especially my toddler bedtime battles is bedtime being too late, and they become overtired. So if you guys could remember anything tonight, definitely comment below bedtime. We'll send you that bedtime by age chart. And really work hard to make bedtime earlier.
Yeah, I struggle with that in my house because I get home at 6:30, but really I should be putting my 11-month-old to sleep like 20 minutes later. So it's always a struggle, but you know, listening to you, knowing it's the #1 most important thing, that it'll help me hopefully be better at it and getting him.
Yeah. You know why? Everybody says, why, Carolynne?
Mm-hmm.
My child just doesn't need that much sleep. So let's understand the science behind age-appropriate bedtime. The reason that we want to prioritize bedtime is because it really sets the stage for 3 main problems. Difficulty falling asleep because of elevated cortisol levels. That's what we're trying to get ahead of. There is a natural window in our body's 24-hour REM cycle of sleep that when we don't fall asleep at a certain period of time, that beautiful hormone melatonin that helps ease us into sleep converts to a stimulant, which is cortisol. And once that chemical reaction happens, the wheels come off.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So that's when we hear people saying, oh, gee, he's slap happy, or oh, wow, he got his second wind. That's really that chemical reaction happening. So if you can get in front of that, then you're really going to be doing yourself a tremendous service. And a lot of people will say to me, you know, Carolynne, babies just don't sleep that consolidated at night, and they nor should they. We're not trying to force babies to sleep consecutively all night long. Babies, toddlers, adults, everybody wakes between 8 to 10 times a night. The purpose of sleep training is to teach your baby, toddler, senior toddler, child how to return to sleep when they naturally wake up. Okay, so that's the other mindset we're really trying to teach people. This isn't about forcing kids to sleep. You can't force a kid to do ultimately anything. But it's super important to know that 75% of the human growth hormone, which is what boosts our immunity, it fosters your overall wellness, and it's what prevents child is released at night when you're sleeping. So that's why we really want to prioritize healthy sleep. I just want to make sure everybody's still hearing us. We're good on comms, because I give us some hearts and some likes below if you could hear us and you're like, yes, Carolyn, I hear you with this bedtime thing. I don't want to hear I'm not doing it right. You're right where you should be. But I am going to raise my right hands and I'm going to work on bringing bedtime earlier, okay? 15 minutes earlier every week or two will make a huge, huge difference, okay? Good. Everybody can hear us. I love it, love it, love it. Okay.
Good. So you just talked about sleep training. So how can you set the stage for sleep training and set your child up for success when they're going to bed?
Yeah, so really important to note that whether you're sleep training or not, let's isolate those two things. Let's just talk. If you're like, I'm not ready for that, I don't know what it means, I'm scared of it, I'm afraid, I don't want my baby crying, fine. Let's not even talk about the sleep training part. Whether you're sleep training or not, you need to have an optimal sleep environment. Number one is a safe sleep environment. We want it firm, flat, and fitted for our babies. Okay, so the Academy of Pediatrics recommends room sharing, not bed sharing. Okay, you as a parent will make a choice that works for you and your family. This is what the AAP recommends to us and what we stand by and support. Okay, with that said, once we check all the boxes with our safe sleep, we really want to focus on the temperature of our room. Okay, temperature is really important. We do not want our little babies overheating. Our bodies are designed to protect themselves. So when we're too hot, we naturally wake up to help cool our bodies down. So you really want your room cooler rather than anything else. When in doubt, go cool, like 68 to 72 degrees. If you're like, oh my, have you ever gone in to check on the baby and like their little fingers are super cold? That's not a bad thing, okay? That's not a bad thing. So when in doubt, go cool. We want it dark. So really the reason that we want the blackout shades is because the darkness sends a signal to the brain to start producing that beautiful hormone melatonin, and it helps foster and induce sleep. So the darkness is really scientific. The light sends a signal through your eye to your brain that it's time to be awake, and it's a stimulant, which is why for our toddlers and our senior toddlers and our older kiddos, we really want to work hard to not have television or electronics 60 minutes prior to bedtime, which is hard to do. It's hard to do. But again, if you're watching television or iPads, whatever, right up until bedtime, then tonight, make it 5 minutes before bedtime, there's no electronics, and then 10. Like, go at a pace that's realistic for your family. We as working moms, we know what that hustle is like. We're racing home to get dinner on the table, feed our kids, bathe them, spend 20 minutes, and throw them in their beds. And it's hard. It's hard. So I really want you to set yourself up for success. I want you to add white noise, continuous white noise, static white noise, which is the shh sound, okay? You want to keep it across the room, and you want to keep it at a level that you can have an adult conversation in the room and hear each other without raising your voices. That means that the sound level, the decibels, are spot on, okay? So those key things, temperature, darkness, white noise, and of course, safe sleep is really where we start, okay? And then from there, we haven't even started sleep training yet. That's just environment. And then from there, we're working on our age-appropriate bedtime. If we're not at 7:30 yet, then we're going to start working toward there. So those are my top tips for starting to improve sleep tonight.
Okay, awesome. So now that we're talking about bedtimes, how can you create a consistent bedtime, and then how does that channel into a consistent nap time too?
Yeah, so timing is so critical. I can't say it enough. I didn't make these times up. The universe did, right? The beings, the gods, the whomevers that made us created this. Our bodies have a natural biorhythm, and we want to be having bedtime no later than 7:30 p.m. for our kiddos who are 8 and under. Okay, and if we're on 3 naps a day, which would be over the age of 4 months old, we should be on 3 naps. So let me back up. 0 to 4 months, when we're newborns, we're offering sleep as much as humanly possible during the day. Every 60 to 75 minutes, 0 to 8 weeks, we're offering nap. Okay, so basically we change, we feed, we do a little supervised tummy time, we, ooh and ah at each other, and then we're working on putting them right back down to sleep. When we have newborns, we are not concerned about holding our babies too much. We are not concerned about them falling asleep on the breast, on the bottle, while being rocked, while being held. We want to make sure we put baby down in a safe place so that we don't fall asleep holding them, because that could lend itself to hazards that we definitely want to avoid. So, but you cannot snuggle and love and hold your baby too much. So 0 to 4 months, really all bets are off, right? We rock, we bounce, we shush, we hold, we nurse, we feed, we stroll, we wear, we do whatever we can to foster sleep. Now, what I will tell you for my newborn tips, you really want to make sure that no one nap during the day exceeds 2 hours, meaning you would wake them at the 2-hour mark, because what will happen is that's when they'll experience day and night confusion, and then they'll start to reverse cycle with their feeding, meaning they're sleeping too much during the day, so they're going to be up all night to eat. Okay, so if your baby's taking a 2-hour nap in the daytime, that's amazing. Let it ride at 2 hours, gently wake, change, feed, tummy time, play a little bit, and right back down 60 to 75 minutes later. Okay, then really 8 to 16 weeks, it's about 90 minutes. We're offering nap every 90 minutes, and then we're inching closer to 2 hours. Once we get to 4 months old, we really want to be working on our schedule, and our schedule should roughly look like 3 naps at 9, noon, and 3. They swing about 30 minutes either direction, but that's the wheelhouse. If you're like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. 9, noon, and 3. That's your lane, okay? Then they transition from 3 to 2 naps. And if you guys want our 3 to 2 nap transition guide, just comment below 3 to 2, and we will reply with that, okay? So there's a 3 to 2 nap transition between 7 and 9 months old. And then we're on 2 naps. And when we're on 2 naps, they're at roughly 9 and 1. Okay, again, it swings about 30 minutes either direction, but that's your lane, okay? The 2 to 1 nap transition, oy, that's the hardest.
That's
right?
where I'm going next.
That's between 14 and 19 months old. You're gonna wanna fight real hard to keep that, keep those 2 naps until 14 months at the earliest.
Okay.
There's a very classic nap strike that happens at 12 months old. It's a sleep regression that don't panic and think, oh, we're dropping nap. It's just a strike. Ride it out and hold steady, okay? So the 2 to 1 nap transition is really hard. We have a step-by-step guide for that. All of these resources are free. You guys can go ahead and comment below 2 to 1, and we'll send you that also. Okay, so when we talk about our bedtime routine tips, I just want to make sure that once baby is over the age of 4 months old, hear me, once baby is over the age of 4 months old, I need you to move the feed to the front of the bedtime routine. We do not want baby falling asleep on the bottle or breast. We do not want our toddlers falling asleep on the bottle or breast. okay? If they fall asleep on you, they will naturally wake up looking for you like, what the heck happened? I mean, imagine if you were with your partner and you fell asleep on the couch and 2 hours later you woke up in your guest room, right? You'd be like, what, how did I get in here, right? So it startles the baby when they, because we all know they're waking up 8 to 10 times a night. When they naturally wake, it startles them and they cry out because they're confused. We want baby aware of their surroundings when we place them down for bedtime once they're over the age of 4 months old. They could be very, very drowsy, but none of this like ninja warrior into the crib, one hand on, she's asleep, and you're like trying to climb out of the room, right? And skipping the cracks in the floor. Yeah, so we have to work on that. We have to we start by moving the feed to the front of the bedtime routine. And everybody says, Carolynne, how the heck do I do that? I'm like, I don't know, pull a Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Right? Just do it. Just move the feed. And they're like, well, then what? Okay, so then add to your bedtime routine additional rocking, patting, shushing, get baby calm, and then legit just place her down in her crib, drowsy but awake. And everybody's like, but then she's going to start crying. Okay, maybe she will, but maybe she won't. Place her down, leverage your sleep mantra. It's okay. It's night time. It's time for sleep, and leave the room.
Yeah.
Just leave the room. Okay, so once you leave the room, if she starts crying, if baby or toddler starts crying, that's okay. We can absolutely go back, and then we're going to leverage one of our 4 sleep training methods, which if you want a breakdown of those methods, DM us methods, or excuse me, comment below methods. It's check and console. So if you can wait a minimum of 3 minutes while your baby is crying, then check and console is a great method for you. It's piggybacked on the Ferber method. It's more simplified though. If you're like, no way, Carolynne, and I don't want to be out of the room when my baby's crying at all, then you're a pick up, put down, which is great. No problem. You're a pick up, put down, which is exactly as it sounds. The moment she fusses, you pick her right up. The key to success with pick up, put down, which is where everybody goes wrong, we don't pick them up and hold them until they're asleep. We pick them up, hold them until they're calm, place them right back down, drowsy but awake, and walk out. If they start crying before we even hit the door, we turn right back around. We don't have to leave the room. We pick them right back up, hold until calm, drowsy but awake, rinse and repeat, okay? So if you don't want, you want to be able to pick the baby up immediately, then pick up, put down is a great method for you, assuming that this is not appropriate for toddlers. It's way too stimulating, way too stimulating. For a toddler, if you don't want to leave the room, I would use chair method, which literally places you in the room with your child. Okay. And then for our older toddlers, which I saw a ton of our questions, so I want to make time for that. How do I keep my toddler in their bed? Right? All of a sudden at 3 a.m., there's this. Mama, 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 mama. They're tapping on your face, right? So, okay. So do you want to take should we do a couple questions?
Sure, absolutely. Okay, I have a couple here. Earlier in the week, we asked some of our followers what their sleep questions were. I had one, but you already answered it, so we'll move on to other people. Okay, so let's see here. This is a good one, asking what you just said. How do I get my mini grown man to stay asleep in his own bed at night because he wakes up 2 hours after he's been asleep to sleep in my bed? I hear that so often. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm getting tired of being kicked in the back, right? I'm getting tired of, kid sleeps great and you're like a hot mess because they blink and you wake up, right? So this is a great one. We have to first decide that and allow ourselves that space to say my sleep as mom is a priority too, because I am not doing my children a service by being exhausted, which leads to frustration, which leads to short tempers, which leads to lack of patience, which leads to depression, which breaks down our immune system, which leads to illness, chronic pain, headaches, the list goes on and on. So let's stand in our power as moms and say, it's okay for me to need sleep too. And this is not just about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will be your best self for your children if you are well rested also. I mean, our U.S. Armed Forces use sleep deprivation as a form of torture today because it works. Right? So we allow ourselves to be sleep deprived so much, but it becomes torturesome. So to answer this great question about keeping a toddler in their bed, I need you to commit to it. I need you to commit to returning them to their bed every single time. So the battle royale is going to begin because our toddlers will try to outwill us. They'll be like, nice try, lady. I can run back and forth 582 times tonight. Let's keep up, bring it on. I will break you down. And that's exactly what they'll do. But you have to decide that you're going to outwill them. So for our toddlers, I love to use silent return. So we want to validate that they wake up first, have a quick meeting with our toddler, validate, I understand you're waking up at night. You're going to empower them with tools to return to sleep. Go ahead and comment below wiggle if you want our toddler sleep wiggle hack, which is a great actionable tool that you can teach a toddler to empower them and help them feel in control. We want to set boundaries. We want to tell them what they can expect. Mommy will silently return you back to your bed all night until you stay there. Because you're a big boy, I believe in you. I know you can do this. And this is the key. I cannot wait to celebrate the heck out of you once you do. We're throwing dance parties, conga lines. We have breakfast, hip, hip, hooray. You did so great, even though they got up 982 times. We really have to celebrate them and then ask them to do better because we know they can. And behavior that doesn't yield results will stop. Okay, so lovingly return them to their room, rinse and repeat, and they will be like, okay, great, she actually means this. So I guess I should stay in my bed now. Yeah, and make sure they have a lovey, or if they're over the age of 12 months old, they can absolutely have a lovey. Yeah, and make sure they have those comforting items, and really empower them with the knowledge of what healthy sleep means. And that's where we also add positive sleep speak for toddlers. So if you guys want that positive sleep speak tips, it's a blog on our website at dreambabysleep.com, or you can comment below and our teams will send it to you.
Okay, great. So getting back to the loveys, what do you suggest as a good lovey to start with once they hit that period when they're allowed to have one in the in their crib?
Yes, so AAP says 12 months and older. Pediatricians will allow them earlier. That's something you want to talk to your pediatrician. I stand with the AAP very firmly. So in that vein, once they're over the age of 12 months old, you can introduce a lovey. They have those beautiful little 10-inch square pieces of fabric with a little animal head on it. There's so many brands. And I work with tons of them. I love them all. They're adorable. They make tons of organic ones and muslin cotton and just beautiful. Off the top of my head, Angel Deer makes gorgeous ones. Aiden and Anas. Is it Anas or Anise? Anise?
I never know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Tomato. Doodle & Co. has some really great ones. I'm trying to think. There's
okay. So yeah, that's what I normally see. Yeah. I personally am nervous. My son's about to be a year old, and I get nervous making that leap and giving him the lovey, but I know that it will help him because I know he's looking for something to hold on to in his crib.
And they inevitably bury their faces in it. And
that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. So get an organic cotton one, obviously. Yeah. Cotton is breathable for a reason. Okay. And really, I always encourage anybody that's anxious about that to speak to their pediatrician. Yep. So as long as he's not on any prescription medications, growing on a curve, at a healthy weight, with no medical conditions, there's no reason why he can't have one. And you can start to introduce it by simply putting it between you and him as you're doing your bedtime routine, whether that's rocking or walking with him or bouncing, whatever your jam is. Slowly introduce it that way, just by putting it between you. He's not going to instantly be like, oh, I love this. They usually ignore it for a couple weeks. Yeah, so just keep offering it and do yourself a favor. Don't let it leave the crib.
Okay, good. Good. I will not. I will listen to whatever you tell me to do. Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on. We have a question from Monica S. on Instagram. She says that her toddler sleeps 4 hours at night, but then wakes up at dawn and wants to play. How does she get him to sleep his hours completely?
Yes. So consolidated night sleep is super important. And again, with our older toddlers, we need to validate to them, look, we all wake up at night. It's okay. But when you wake up, you're going to do the sleep wiggle. You're going to roll over, snuggle in, grab your lovey, and close your eyes. And we kind of teach that to them like a little dance move, because it's empowering and it's an actionable step that they can take, right? So they're not going to start doing it right away. But then the next morning, when the same thing happens, you're going to say, buddy, we talked about this. Let's practice the sleep wiggle with mommy, okay? This is what you do when you wake up. Our toddlers over the age of 2 can have a toddler clock. So you can absolutely introduce a toddler clock. I like Wake. There's Hatch makes one. So you teach them that when the light turns green or the bunny turns blue or whichever one you have, right? Whatever the trigger is, you need to stay in your bed. We as a family, without setting boundaries, we as a family have a family rule that we all stay in our designated sleeping space until 6:30 a.m.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect is right. So we apply our sleep training method of choice. With our toddler, it would be chair method or silent return until 6:30 a.m. And in time, with your consistency, with your loving direction, they will learn to stay in their beds. Go ahead and comment toddlers below. We have a lot of toddler tips that we can reply back to you guys with as well. And also, I really want to make sure, too, everybody knows that they can schedule a free 15-minute sleep consultation. So myself and my entire team take our free 15-minute sleep consultations. You can go to dreambabysleep.com/scheduler or just click the big book button or comment below call. It's legitimately free. And the purpose of the call is really so we can learn more about your specific situation, share 2 to 3 actionable tips that you can apply tonight, chat about other ways we might be able to help you, and guide you to additional resources that we have, whether that is a one-on-one support program, our ebook, our online sleep training program, the list goes on. There's lots of options.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to move on to another one for a different age. It's Sylvia B. on Facebook asked about a 4-month-old who is scheduled to eat soon, but she can tell that he's ready for a nap. And how do you decide what need you're supposed to fulfill first? Like, do you feed them? Do you put them to sleep? Like, which one comes first, and how are you supposed to do it when your baby's both hungry and tired?
Yeah. So, babies will fall asleep in their food, right? They'll fall asleep on the breast of the bottle. You'll see toddlers tipped over in their high chair with we see all those pictures on social media. It's, so cute and silly that, the toddler fell asleep like, in his soup kind of thing. So by nature, just by observing that, it identifies to us that sleep really takes over the need for that sustenance. Now, mind you, I'm not saying don't feed your baby when they're hungry, so please don't DM me about that, everybody. Kidding, but not kidding. So what I want you to do is think about your baby's nutritional need. So at 4 months old, I think it was, at 4 months old, we're napping. That's why this nap schedule is going to be so helpful to you. So if you know that you have a nap schedule at roughly 9, noon, and 3, you can plan ahead of that, and you can feed at about 8:15, 8:30, so that you know that baby is full and tummy full. A lot of people are like, no, I want to nurse right before nap. That's fine, but just don't let the baby fall asleep on your breast. You've got to be engaging, chatty, that kind of thing. If they're falling asleep on the breast, they're overtired and you're late to the party for nap, and your nap should have started closer to 8:30 versus 9. Okay, that's how we So create your nap schedule. 0 to 4 months, we're feeding, on demand. Many people want to choose to continue to feed on demand for as long as they choose based on their feeding journey. So we fully support that, but create the schedule. You can still prioritize sleep and feed on demand, okay? Yeah, so we just want to work it around that nap schedule and that bedtime schedule. So at 4 months old, baby should be working towards feeding every 3.5 to 4 hours. So basically like 7, 11, help me with the math, 3, 3 and 7, right? Okay. But then take, if you're like, oh my God, my 4-month-old is eating every 2 hours. Start where you are and slowly start stretching those feeds, 15 minutes every week or 2. You always want to check with your pediatrician on that too.
So I'm going to pop over to some live questions from viewers that have asked right now. So we have something from Kristen S. And she was wondering what the best age to move your child to their own room is.
Okay. So from baby, I'm guessing. So that's where I'm going to take this. So so the Academy of Pediatrics recommends room sharing, not bed sharing, for a minimum of 6 months, but recommended up to 12 months. So you will make a personal choice, speaking with your pediatrician, based on your work-life balance and what that looks like for you as a family. I have clients that are going back to work because we have treacherous maternity leave here in the continental US, which is appalling. Don't get me started on that. And mom has to go back to work at 9 weeks. Baby's 9 weeks old, 12 weeks old, 16 weeks old. And she has a big girl job and she can't be up all night with the baby in her room because she's not going to be able to function as a human being. So that's where we really speak to our pediatrician and talk through those options. But the AAP recommends room sharing, designated sleeping space of the first 6 months.
Okay, great. So I have another one from Naomi M, and she wants to know what she can do to help her 10-year-old son fall asleep. It looks like he's not falling asleep till hours later of when he goes to bed.
Yes. Okay. So Naomi, I would ask you, what is your, oh, hey, Dana, that's my team. Dana, Erin, hey girls, what up? Dana's our, all right, she's commenting, replying to people's questions too. Dana's our certified baby and toddler sleep consultant on Eastern Long Island, so, which is where I'm from. Okay, I digress, sorry. The question was 10-year-old, getting them to fall asleep in a timely fashion. Okay, so I'm willing to bet hands down, bedtime is through the roof too late. Okay, so for a 10-year-old, I would definitely recommend a bedtime absolutely no later than 8:30 p.m. Okay, especially on a school night. Okay, you could do privileges on the weekend with a slightly later bedtime, 9 o'clock on a Friday, Saturday, but on Sunday and school nights, I would be doing no later than 8:30. I would make sure that we are restricting electronics 60 minutes prior to bedtime. It's so hard to do. And again, everybody's like, Carolynne, how do I do that? I can't just take the iPad away. You can. You can. You say, you know what, sweetie? Sleep in our home is a top priority, and mommy has made a couple of mistakes, and I now have the knowledge to correct those mistakes, and I'm going to support you, and we're going to do this together as a family, and you're going to get out the board games, and you're going to get out the books, and you're going to read with him, and you're going to sit with him, and you're going to rub his back and do all those wonderful things that we as parents want to do with our children. This is just forcing the hands, right? We're like, you have no choice. You got to come up with something, fill that 60 minutes because he's going to be not so happy. But he will learn to love it and be like, Mom, can you get this, checkers game? Or I saw this Harry Potter board game. I want to add that to our, so you just have to do it. I mean, I can't take this saying more serious from Nike. Just do it.
Yeah. And for me, I think I have to be the boss. Like, even if they want what they want, you're in charge. So, you know what to do, what's right. So they're only going to benefit if you follow the right guidelines and what you're supposed to do.
And say, mommy needs sleep. You're not blaming or shaming them.
Yeah.
Right. We're not blaming or shaming them, but we can absolutely say, sweetheart, when you don't go to bed for 2 or 3 hours from the time I put you down for bedtime, you know, I'm worried about you. I'm checking on you. You get up, I hear you. It's hard on me. Can we work on this together? And to your point, we always want to give children what we call a gimme. Okay. So we don't want to get into a battle of wills at bedtime, right? So give in. Know that you're okay with one extra thing per night, one more book, one more story, depending on the age of your child, 5 more minutes of reading, whatever the case may be. And then we call it the bedtime pass, and then ask for their buy-in and say, okay, sweetie, if I give you 5 more minutes of reading time, that's it. Then it's bedtime, correct? And even if it's with your toddler, same thing. One more song, and then it's bedtime. And even if they're not verbal yet, we know they can communicate with us. You need to get that buy-in and then follow through.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. We are almost towards the end, but if you may have seen any questions come through that you're dying to answer, let me know before I keep moving. And then
Ursula just said, I laugh when moms and dads say, but she won't like me if I take this game away. They're not supposed to like you. They're supposed to love and respect you. Yeah. So yeah, of course. And then let's see, there was one more in here that I saw that I think we didn't get to. Ditto. Oh my God. My baby used to wake up once at 5 a.m. to feed. She's now 7 months old. Oh yeah, this is what it was. And wakes up twice. We feed her at 8 p.m. to get her ready for bed. She wakes up 12 a.m. crying, wanting to feed. I know she's not hungry. Then again at 5 a.m. Okay, so 2 night feeds at this age is appropriate. However, we should be on 1. At this age, okay? So mommy's instincts of knowing that baby doesn't need it. So anybody who is out there that is feeding the want versus the nutritional need, raise your hand. We've all been there, right? You're using feeding as a soothing mechanism. Yeah, me too. I did it too. You're using feeding as a soothing mechanism and not for nutrition. That's your key, that it is time to start night weaning, okay? We have an epic 8-step night weaning guide, a free resource guide. I think I shared that with you guys as well. But just comment below if you want, just comment wean if you want our night weaning guide. Comment toddler if you want our toddler tips. Comment 3 to 2, 2 to 1, you dig me, early for early rising. And we'll reply back with those resources so that you have them. So she answered her own question. She knows baby doesn't need the 2 feeds. Down to 1, and I would offer the 1 feed anytime after 2 a.m. Any waking prior to 2 a.m., I would apply my sleep training method of choice, check and console, pick up, put down, or chair method.
Okay. All right. That was awesome. I mean, I have just been sleep deprived all year. So knowing how crucial this sleep information is from you, I really appreciate you sharing it with our audience. And I know the other moms and dads out there, you know, it's so important for us to get the right amount of sleep. So thank you so much, Carolynne. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And just real quick too, we have Free Question Friday on our Instagram at Dream Baby Sleep, which if my memory serves me, it's tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Free Question Friday, every Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. These aren't admins, wishful thinking that we had admins. We don't. We are our own admins. But we answer all the questions. So you ask on Free Question Friday, every Friday between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Schedule your free 15-minute sleep consultation by visiting dreambabysleep.com/scheduler. Sign up for our news. Oodles and oodles and oodles of free resources. So please take advantage of them.
Yes, you are a one-stop shop for sleeping. It's amazing. Okay, so everyone, let us know what was most helpful for you. What was your aha moment throughout this whole thing? We'd love to hear your feedback, and remember to keep liking and sharing for your chance to win, and we'll select the winners tomorrow. But right now we are going to select our live winner.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Make sure you guys share this video. Do us a favor. We're all, moms on a mission trying to elevate and support one another. If you like what you've heard and you found it valuable to you, share it. Let other moms know about this amazing Moms Meet community and join them. Join them in elevating yourself and other women. It's empowering and it's a tremendous community. So I encourage anybody who's seeing Moms Meet for the first time to really get involved. It's so easy to just show up for yourself. Just do it.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Here we go. One live winner will win a 30-minute sleep consultation with Carolyn. And our winner today is Tiffany Militano. So congrats to Tiffany.
Yay, Tiffany.
So just comment and then we'll get in touch with you and make sure that you are set up with Carolyn and she will answer all of your sleep questions and you will be sleeping like a baby very soon.
Amazing. Congratulations, Tiffany. I'm excited to talk to you.
Okay, so Carolyn, again, thank you so much for being with us today. And everyone, thank you for joining us, Moms Meet and Dream Baby Sleep. And we will see you again soon. All right, thank you, Carolyn.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.